Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. You know what time it is? It's time for Drag Race Drive! That's right, another episode of Drag Race, and I loved it. So yesterday I worked for literally 12 hours straight, between actual work, and then I stayed to record Communicator Weekly, and then I had to record stuff and return home. So I was exhausted when I got home. But instead of going to bed, I said, we need to watch Drag Race, because it was time for Snatch Game. Now, right after Halloween, Snatch Game is my favorite time of the year. It's hilarious, the queens are great, I love it, had to watch it immediately. So Snatch Game went pretty well this year. There were some good, really good queens, and then there were some that were really, really not good. Let's talk about a good one first. Bob the Drag Queen, who was also this week's winner. He was safe from elimination. I thought she killed it. I mean, came in with two characters, not one, two. We had Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black, and then also he pulled off a Carol Channing. I don't know how he did it, but when he came in as Carol Channing, I totally thought, oh yeah, Carol Channing is black. Of course, it makes perfect sense. He nailed it. He did a really, really, really good job, and he absolutely deserved to win. And his Madonna look on the runway with the Boy Scout uniform from the GLAAD Awards of 2013 was just on point. He really understood the concept of Snatch Game. There were some other queens that did not. Look, this is the 8th season of RuPaul's Drag Race, okay? At this point, you know how the show is played. You know what goes on. You would think if you get accepted to be on RuPaul's Drag Race, you would come in with maybe, I don't know, 2 choices to do on Snatch Game. Because, let's face it, it's one of the biggest episodes of the entire year. So, a lot of the queens who were having a difficult time choosing who they were going to be for Snatch Game kind of blew my mind. Because it wasn't like it came out of nowhere. They all knew Snatch Game was going to happen, queen. Pick a character before you get there, perfect it, that way you can do it. It makes sense to me. I really liked Thorgy Thor's Michael Jackson. It was a little subdued, but she hit all the major things about being Michael Jackson. That was good. I didn't like the New York because I really loved Flavor of Love, and then subsequently I love New York, those reality shows, because I think New York is one of the funniest, loudest, most obnoxious people in the world, but I love her dearly. So to have one of the queens be New York and then not actually be New York kind of was boring. She was getting thrown all different lifelines to try to make jokes, and she just was swatting them away, essentially. It was not funny whatsoever. So, sorry, really not good, question mark, didn't like it, sorry. As the Betty, as Nancy Grace, another one, really wasn't the best. She kept saying the same things about the reefer smokers and the stoners and stuff, and she just wasn't getting the essence of the character. Later on the runway, when Carlton actually gave her an example of how she should have done Nancy Grace, that would have been a great Nancy Grace, what he did. But Acid Betty just wasn't getting the character, unfortunately. Derek Barry, I was kind of bummed that he went with Madonna, because, with Britney Spears, considering his job is literally to beat Britney Spears in Las Vegas. However, in the terms of the Snatch Game, I think he totally pulled it off. I think he did a great job, and Britney Spears was pretty funny in the Snatch Game. I'm not gonna lie. Eartha Kitt was another one that surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy Eartha Kitt, but it was actually pretty hilarious. The whole cat thing, pretending like she was still Catwoman and cleaning herself, that was A+ done. Very, 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 very good. But a lot of the other stuff really wasn't that memorable. But then we get to the runway, and you have to do a famous Madonna look. And let's face it, Madonna has some pretty iconic looks. If you're in the workroom and you see what all the other queens are working on, and you think maybe it's a little similar to what they're doing, whatever you're doing, you might want to either change it up or make it drastically different. However, the first 4 that came out all did the Madonna Komodo look. And it was one after the other, after the other, after the other, and we were like, what the hell is going on here? Do a different look. She's got so many looks. Why are you doing this same look? Stop doing this look. Take off the Komodo look. I get very passionate when I talk about Drag Race, obviously. So yeah, it was really weird to see 4 of them do the Komodo, and not really, they were a little different from one to one, but again, if it was me personally, because let's face it, we all know one day I'm going to be on Drag Race. If it was me, if I saw 3 other queens working on a very, very, very similar look, inside my head I would probably go, time to do a different look. Madonna has so many different looks, I'm gonna do one of those looks. How about Like a Virgin, or Material Girl, or I don't know, any of the other 1,000 looks that Madonna has done that are iconic and would look really hilarious and great in drag. Komodo I know is obscure, and they all thought it was obscure and no one else was gonna pick it, but they all picked it, so meh. At the end of the day, I was kind of happy that Acid Betty went home, because out of everyone that was still there, I don't know, I don't want to say she was my least favorite, but she was definitely in my bottom 2. She was up for elimination in my mind. So, but she took it like a champ. She like totally understood. She was very thankful for being there, and I appreciate when queens are not bitter about leaving, when they're not throwing shade. I like when the queens are like, thank you for the opportunity, I enjoyed myself, my life is going to be different now, and I've learned a lot about myself and others. That's awesome. That's what Acid Betty did, and it kind of made me redeem her in my mind a little bit more. So kudos to Acid Betty for that one. We're halfway through the season now. A little more, maybe a little less than halfway. I don't know. We're pretty close to the end. We got a couple more weeks, 5-6 more weeks, and then the break, and then the finale happens. So it's getting tight. It's getting really tight. Honorable mention though for Kinchi for her Kimmy Jong-un, the sister of Kim Jong-un, which was actually kind of hilarious, and I forgot about it before, but she did a good job. She didn't blend into the background, and good for Kinchi. All right, that's gonna do it for me for Drag Race Drive today. Again, I'm obviously getting very excited about Drag Race. I love the hell out of Drag Race. I think it's one of my favorite shows of all time. So, are you guys going to DragCon? I'm still up in the air. I requested press access, but I'm still not entirely sure if I'm gonna get it. I guess we'll have to see. I really would like to go to DragCon. If you're going to DragCon, let me know. Let's say hello. Let's hang out. Maybe you'll give me a better reason to go. But that's it. That's it. Leave now. Go catch up on your RuPaul's Drag Race. And remember, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? You said it. I know you said it. Okay, goodbye everyone. Bye!